Rock bottom on the track.
YouTube, welcome to the Scalp Academy YouTube page. My name is Tunde, and I'm going to be talking about on my page my support and resistance or supply and demand scalping strategy. We're going to go over my wins and losses for this week. This has honestly been my best trading week of the year, and it could have been a lot better. I'll show you why. But for now, let's jump over to my spreadsheet. All right. So these were the trades for this week, starting on Monday right here. Took a trade on US 30, and that didn't go well. Right, basically got taken out with the just got wicked out, and then eventually went in my direction. It is what it is. Took -1R, and then I started revenge trading, which it happens every once in a while. Took a second trade that ended up pushing in my direction, and then as it came back up, I let it go. I started to close, so it started pushing my direction. I could have put my stops to break even. I didn't. It came down to it came down past TP1, or no, not quite to TP1, and I usually put my stops to break even at TP1, but I didn't, and I closed it at a 0.5 loss here. So still had a pretty decent amount of risk. And then I went at it again for the third time, but this time on NASDAQ. And this is a picture perfect setup. I'll take this 10 out of 10 times, and it just didn't work out for me. It just didn't work. And in fact, this trade just kept flying bullish. It just kept going and going and going. If I'm not mistaken. So those were Monday's losses. 3 losses back to back to back. It was rough. And then Tuesday, got a 3.79 R on this trade right here. Boom. Just same setup, same exact setup, just a different day. Dropped down. It dropped all the way down, went down to the next level. I could have netted an 8R off this, but I didn't. But I closed it at a 3.7R, 3.79. So basically 3.8R, 1 to 3.8R basically. And that was the start of my my positive trend for the week. So really put me into profit after having a difficult month. I mean the worst month I could ask for. Just really challenged my psychology. But this tracker helped me keep on track. The next trade, I missed Wednesday, and on Wednesday I could have had a 3R trade. But anyway, I took a sells on NAS, somewhat aggressive. Yeah, skipped Wednesday, and then today, yeah. So today went pretty well. Took sells on NASDAQ. That's how it went today. Could have easily held it out for a 5R today, but there was like a little bit of confusion between my broker, my broker that I'm trading on, but whatever, no big deal. But that was the trade today. So and then the other trade, I'll show it to you. I don't have a picture. I'll show it to you on the charts. But for this week, from Monday, the 29th, I netted a 4.6R, right, for the entire week. But for the last couple of days, without the losses, I didn't net, but I got a 6.9, right? So that put me up for the month. As you can see, my win rate has dropped drastically down to a 50%, which is pretty difficult for me to look at, but that's the reality. That's the reality of how this is going right now. But I'm up 32R, which for me, I risked 3%. So, I'm up 96% for the week. Or excuse me, not for the week, overall on my account. So I'm almost doubled my account. February was an amazing month. I got 13.1R. March, somehow I did the exact same thing with less trades, 13.1R. And then April was just abysmal. I took a week off because I was traveling. 2.87, more losses than wins. My risk to reward average was actually higher because of that 3.7R on the last trading day for me. On the last trading day, I got that 3.78. And that's why it looks higher, but I also took less trades because I didn't trade for the entire week. But my overall average, all wins, not losses included, but wins, is a 1.65R. So that's still positive. It's still pretty decently positive. Yeah, so where I'm sitting at for the month of May, I'm at a 3.1R for the month. And, I'm averaging about a 60%, mid 60%. But last month was horrible. I ended with 42%, but still ended positive. So I have to be happy about that. And, so it is what it is. And we'll just have to see. Why does it say 50%? I don't know why this says 50%. Yeah, I don't know why this says 50%. Anyway, we'll have to see what goes on. But anyway, let's hop to the charts. So basically the trade that we took to the two trades that we took today, let's go over them. Basically, we came under this 17,521 level here, off the 4 hour. And this is exactly what I saw when I came to the charts this morning. So I dropped down to the 1 hour and that's not what I saw. And basically, I came to the charts at like 5:30. So let me drop down to the 30-minute chart. And basically what I saw here was a come back into this 4 hour level, a rejection, and then a bearish engulfing. So for me, that's a sign. But the problem was, by the time I came to the charts, we had already come here and kind of like, and we basically, you can call it grab liquidity or whatever, but it wicked above here. So what I did was I took an entry based off that. Once that candle broke the low, once that candle broke this previous candle's, not the previous candle, but the candle before, I broke that candle's low. Once it broke that candle's low, I took the sell entry, and the candlestick that I took the entry on, I took the entry while the candle was still open. But I took it based off of this bearish engulfing candle. It closed like this. So that was a little nerve-wracking. Plus, we had this 30-minute level that was right on top of it that I saw, I realized, could be a rejection level. But my goal was down here. That was essentially my goal for taking that trade. I was planning to take it down there. So once market opened, we broke and we had a nice big drop below. But I ended up closing. I was managing it on the 15-minute, and I basically closed it at a 1-to-1, a little sooner than a 1-to-1, to be honest. And that was the first trade of the day. The second trade of the day, I realized, once I realized that we broke below here, and I said, okay, let's wait for a retest. and a rejection here back on this 17,430 level. And I just kept going to the lower time frames, and what I saw a rejection candle on the 1 and 2 minute, and I said, okay, this looks good to me. So I took the entry based off that. Once we were below this level, I said, let me wait for a retest. So I waited for the retest. I saw that retest and rejection, and I said, okay, now we have a bearish engulfing. Let me go ahead and enter. And it dropped all the way down to my level, but I closed it at a 2.4 because I was confused by something else. But we were trading under this 20 SMA, and I was happy with that. So those are the two trades for the day. So that put me up. That put me up to about a 3R for the day, and for the rest of the group in the Scalp Academy. And that was the trade for today. Yesterday's trade was on US 30. Excuse me, not yesterday's trade. 2 days ago. And that also went really well. Basically, we start off in the 4-hour. I saw that we came and rejected this 38,401 level, and we broke below. And then I saw that we came and we were below this 38,275 level. Once we were below this 38,275 level, I said, all right, let me go down and wait for a retest and see what that does. So I basically waited. There was 1 rejection, 2 rejections. By the time I was ready to trade, there's 3 rejections, and it had already taken off. It had already, rejected again. So I said, if I get another opportunity, I'll take it. And I saw that rejection there, and I said, all right, I like this. It's good enough for me. Let me go ahead and enter at the break of that low, and it dropped instantly. And my initial plan was to take it down to here. That was my overall TP, and that would have been insane, right? That was my overall TP, and it just dropped. But the reality is I closed at a 3 to 3.4, so a 3 to 1.4, actually a 3 to 1.7. Yeah, 3 to 1.7 is where I closed. So I could have held it easily for another up to 5R almost. I don't know if I would have. I wouldn't have wanted to hold through here, to be honest. I could have used my moving average to keep me in the trade, but I don't really look at the moving average that much. I just have it there because it makes me feel better. Honestly, that's it. In regards to when we're in a trend. But yeah, those were the trades for today. Those are the trades for today and the other day. 2 days ago, I didn't trade yesterday. I missed a really clean setup that would have netted me a 3R. Super clean trade, but no big deal. And that was today's. Those are the trades for this week that put me up pretty good this week. So I'm up. I had a really, really difficult week last week. Or excuse me, a difficult month. The entire month of April, I netted a 2.87R for the entire month, which was the worst month since I've become consistent. So anyway, guys, that was my trades for today, for this week, and we'll see you guys again for the next trade recap back here at the Scalp Academy. So we'll see you guys later. Peace.